In 1889, Congress granted the state of Washington 5,000 acres in the Black Hills west of Olympia. By 1892, the first logging camp had been created at the now abandoned town of Bordeaux. This was the beginning of a devastating era for the Black Hills. By 1930, over 80% of the original old-growth forest had been logged. Timber interests had cut and run. Thousands of acres of burnt slash fields, which had been abandoned by their landowners, were transferred to the ownership of the State Department of Natural Resources. Today, there are no old-growth forests remaining in Capital State Forest. And the oldest forests, which naturally regenerated from the fire-scarred landscape of the early 1900s, are being targeted for commercial logging.
A legacy forest is forests that are generally over 100 years old, that were cut once and revegetated naturally, so they've got a diversity of species. They've got different ages of trees. They've got trees with dead tops, broken tops.
In 2005, 40% of Capital State Forest contained natural forests. Now, just 8% remain, with nearly all of the land base being commercial tree plantations.
I planted trees when I was 18 years old for the Forest Service, so I've been in a lot of tree plantations since then. And tree plantations are nothing like legacy forests. They're not real forests. They're like crops of corn. A lot of times they're planted in rows, they're all the same species. There's no comparison between a tree plantation and a real forest.
He was a child of the morning, rising star to welcome the day, filled with hope.
The Legacy Forest Defense Coalition has mapped the location of all remaining legacy forests in the Black Hills. We've designed a network of conservation areas that would protect nearly all of the remaining natural forests, and have designated priority restoration areas to restore connectivity throughout this fragmented ecosystem.
So in the last 2 years, the Chehalis River in the summer has been the driest ever recorded in 96 years. You know, one of the reasons is climate change, of course, but another reason is that the headwaters are completely logged. They're probably the most cut over areas of western Washington, because that's where logging started. If those areas had older trees, you know, over more area, then that water would be slowed down. It would percolate into the groundwater, and it would replenish the Chehalis and the Willapa River when we need it most, in the summer.
Only 41 acres of Capital State Forest are formally protected in forest reserves. So if nothing changes, the natural heritage of the Black Hills will be lost, as virtually all legacy forests get replaced by monocultural timber plantations. The choice to restore this embattled ecosystem, or see it lost forever, is ours.
Stories are told round the circle.